I heard that Dragon Ball Daima was going to be about a year and a half or so after the Majin Buu saga, but like about 3 or 4 years before Battle of Gods. I'm like, okay, a lot of this is going to tie in Dragon Ball Super. And obviously there was a lot of things that were planted through here that tied very much into Dragon Ball Super. We saw where Bluma, aka Bulma, where she ended up going on to get her whole, like, where she ended up getting, like, you know, wanting to look more younger and everything. We saw that here in Dragon Ball Daima. That really explains very nicely what happened there in Dragon Ball Super for her to be like that. And we saw more lore regarding like Zeno when they were talking about the Raimas and everything. Just so much more that we learned that really ties nicely into where things are going in Super. You see even Vegeta and Bulma's relationship. But here, this scene doesn't really fall very well into Dragon Ball Super because, I mean, as mentioned before, with Vegeta in SS3, we saw how exhausted he was, and perhaps he didn't want to use that in Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that. And then you get to where Goku mentions, I think, was it right here? He was saying as far, yeah, he calls it Super Saiyan 4, aka Super Saiyan 4 officially. And he says that he had been training really hard since his fight with Majin Buu. With that said in mind, if you go to Battle of Gods, he specifically states to Beerus that SS3 is his most powerful form. So you're probably wondering, well, why the heck didn't he bring SS4 out? So it does make things very confusing the way they choose to word things here. And I guess there was some confusion as well, saying he wasn't sure if he was able to pull it off or not. So we get confirmation that Goku, in the year and a half after he fought Kid Buu, he had been working on SS4 and he had been trying to get close to it, but he just couldn't quite reach it. And then it's Neva, through his power, from what we can see visually, Neva was able to unleash the SS4 and awaken it within Son Goku, allowing him to go SS4 for the first time. So got him really close to what he was looking for in terms of that power. Quite a different contrast from what we assume. We assume that, a lot of us assume that, okay, Neva brought out some sort of mutation with his magic that was going to allow Goku to only use this form in the demon realm, which would perfectly explain why in Battle of Gods he didn't use it. So we don't get that. Here, what I would have preferred to have seen and what I would have liked is maybe for their interaction, it would have been nice to see Goku basically be like, "Watch the full video by clicking under my handle."